Imagine being 11 years old and feeling like the world's attacking you, but no one can see it. Sneha stands in the middle of the school cafeteria holding a tray of food. Around her, the room is loud and chaotic. Chairs scrape against the floor, kids laugh, metal forks hit plastic trays. To most students, it's just lunch. But to Sneha, every sound feels sharp, every movement feels too close, every light feels too bright. Then she sees it. Someone is sitting in her usual seat. It may seem small to everyone else, but for Sneha, the seat was one part of the cafeteria that made the day feel survivable. Her heart starts racing, her hands tightening around the tray until the chicken nuggets shake. She wants to move, but her body freezes. A few kids stare at her. Some smirk. Her teacher gently says, "Go ahead, sweetie. You're okay." But Sneha's not okay. Instead of she's panicking, her thoughts are spinning, her body feels trapped. She cannot explain what is happening. So she stays quiet. On the outside, she looks calm, shy, and obedient. In the inside, she is falling apart. Sneha's story is fictional, but the experience is very real for many autistic girls. Today, I want to talk about autistic girls being overlooked in autistic diagnosis and support. The topic matters because many people still picture autism through a male-centered stereotype. They imagine someone who's loud, disruptive, socially withdrawn, or visibly different. But many autistic girls do not fit the image. Instead, they may be quiet, careful, high-achieving, sensitive, or socially skilled on the surface, while subtly struggling underneath. My thesis is that autistic girls are often overlooked because autism has historically been understood through male-centered signs, and this can lead to late diagnosis, misdiagnosis, and years without the support they need. For a long time, autism research and diagnosis were shaped mainly around boys. Many early studies included far more boys than girls, which helped create a narrow picture of what autism looks like. Because of this, teachers, parents, and even some professionals may be more likely to recognize autism when it appears in boys in obvious ways. For example, a boy who has intense interest in trains, struggles loudly with transitions, or has visibly repetitive behaviors. But a girl who has intense interest in books, animals, art, or a favorite character may not raise the same concern. Her interest may be seen as normal or cute instead of positively connected to autism. According to researchers Hughes, Petrides, and Mandy, autistic girls are often presented with more subtle signs and may camouflage their social difficulties by copying the behavior of people that other people don't see as socially acceptable. That is one reason autistic girls can be missed. They may not be disruptive in class, they may not demand attention, they may not follow rules, get good grades, appear polite. Because of that, adults may assume they are fine. But being quiet does not mean being okay. Now that I've explained how autism is often recognized through male-centered traits, I want to look how autistic girls may mask their struggles. Masking is when an autistic girl hides or controls their natural behaviors in order to blend in. For girls, this may look like forcing eye contact, facial expressions, memorizing social rules, laughing when they do not understand a joke, or pretending they are comfortable when they feel overwhelmed. This is exhausting. For some autistic girls, school becomes less about learning and more about surviving socially. They may spend the entire day holding themselves together, then come home and have a breakdown because home is the only place where they feel safe enough to stop pretending. Stanford Medicine has also reported that research has found differences between autistic males and autistic females, which shows why diagnosis should not depend on only one version of autism. If professionals only look for the most visible signs, they may miss girls whose struggles are mostly internal. This matters because autistic girls are missed, and this causes them to blame themselves. They may think, why is this so easy for everyone else, or why am I so sensitive, or why can't I be normal? Over time, this can damage their confidence and mental health. When autistic girls are not recognized, they may not receive accommodations that could make school more manageable. Something as simple as a quiet space, clear instructions, predictable routines, and permission to take sensory breaks could make a major difference. Being overlooked can affect friendships. A girl may want friends deeply, but do not understand the spoken rules of social life. She may be included one day and excluded the next day without knowing why. According to Shayla Wayman, clinicians and adults can overlook girls because they still rely on boy-focused checklist expectations. This means girls who are suffering silently and may not be seen as needing help. This kind of support needs to send a powerful message. You don't have to be disappeared to be accepted. To sum it up, autistic girls are often looked because society still holds on to a narrow image of autism. First, autism has historically been understood through male-centered traits. Second, many autistic girls mask their struggles by copying others and hiding the discomfort. Third, when these girls are missed, they often go years without support, which affects their mental health. But for Sneha, that moment is not small. It is another moment where pain goes unseen. The goal is not to label every quiet girl as autistic. The goal is to pay closer attention, to ask better questions, to understand that a child can be polite and still be struggling. A child can get good grades and still be overwhelmed. A child can look calm and still be in crisis. Autistic girls do not need to become louder to deserve help. We need to become better at listening. Because sometimes the girls who need support the most are the ones that cause disruption. Sometimes they're the ones sitting silently in the cafeteria, staring at a tray of food, trying with everything they have to not fall apart.